We're having trouble streaming to your destination.
We're live, but I can't pull up anything. Okay. Um, I Vilna, is there any way you can take off the overlay? Because I do have access to it.
It's telling me we're having right now. I'm getting a message saying we're
We're
having
having
trouble
trouble streaming to your
streaming to your
destination.
destination. Yes.
That's what it's saying too. Um, I'm afraid to remove it.
Just now I hit remove and my whole screen went. Oh, let me just cancel my
Okay,
whole.
I think I got it. I think I got it. Buyo is calling me. Let me mute myself.
Okay.
In this life, I don't want no stress. Yeah, I just wanna have fun. In this life, I don't want no stress. Yeah, I just wanna have fun. Every cent you spend, there's the ones who counting. That ain't making sense. They can't see when pressure mounting. Now my life is his, and your life is yours. I don't leave us a please. I know this I'm sure, but you know I'm too like me. You don't count it.
Okay, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night. Welcome, Hush Talkers. Hush Talkers, the devil is a liar. The devil is a liar because tonight we have been fighting to come to you because we have big mouths tonight. We have loud mouths tonight. We have mouths to praise tonight because we want to call out, call on, honor, praise, celebrate those men in our lives. Because too often we have a lot of good men standing around and they're not getting the praise they deserve because we have a few men overshadowing them with the bad stuff. Tonight we're not talking bad stuff, we're talking great stuff. We want to celebrate fathers in honor of Father's Day, and the system was not allowing us. So I hope you are here with us. I hope you can join us. If you are off, come back on. If you are on and you see your friends are not on, please send a message to them. Let them know we're here. Let them know we're having glitches. Let them know we are ready and we are going to get our full hour because we have some phenomenal fathers to celebrate. We have an amazing show for you tonight. So the devil is a liar. What do you say, Vilna?
Oh, the devil is definitely a liar, and we showed him that much, right? We kicked its butt.
Yes, persistence, persistence. And if you look, you will see one of our co-hosts is not there also. She was
Yes, we
there,
got kicked
but
out.
she's been kicked out, kicked on, kicked out, just like all of us. So if you, at some point you're going to see her, but you have us. And better yet, you have the spirit of the men we are here to celebrate. So first I want to just thank you for coming in. I want to welcome you to HushTalk. And let me now take you to our show for today. So, as I was saying earlier, the theme of our show is the honor of fatherhood. And we're celebrating fathers, one story, one father, one day at a time. So, I want to welcome you to this episode because tonight we are doing something different. Very often we hear when people in general are discussing fatherhood, the conversation normally goes around fathers who are not doing anything. We hear about the absent fathers, we hear about fathers who have failed, we hear stories of disappointment, of neglect, of broken relationship, of abuse, of all kinds of stuff. And while we admit that those conversations are important and they're necessary. Tonight, we're choosing to shine a light. Tonight, we're choosing to honor fathers. We want to celebrate the men who show up. We want to celebrate those who hold the double sheets and still get to go to their children's football game. We want to honor those men who learn how to braid their daughter's hair because the mothers were absent or dead or couldn't do it themselves. We want to celebrate men who cry in private because they didn't know how they were going to provide for their children, but somehow they did it anyway. We want to celebrate those who stayed, those who sacrificed, those who loved. So if you are one of those men and you are with us today, this show is for you. If you are not one of those men, but ladies who are in the show, you know a man, or men who are in the show, you know a man who is a kind of man, please tell them to drop what they're doing and come on, because tonight is about them. We're about to celebrate those men.
It's in the comments.
I'm just giving you a chance to say your piece, view. I don't know what you want to say to our audience before we get started. I know Tamara is not here yet, but what would you like to say to your audience right now?
What would I like to say? Just like you said, tonight it's all about the fathers. It's all about praising the fathers. It's all about recognizing the fathers in our midst that do the good things. A lot of the times on Mother's Day, you would see people wishing, on Father's Day, sorry, people wishing their mothers happy Father's Day. Today we're doing the reverse. Today we're celebrating the fathers who are being both fathers and mothers. Because there are fathers who play the role of mothers. There are powerful men out there. There are good men out there. There are men making the difference. There are men being the examples that we need in society. They may
I
not
agree.
be as many as we would like them to be, but they are there. And tonight we're shouting them. Tonight we're bringing them out. Tonight we're giving them the recognition that they need so that they can continue to shine. They can continue to do the good work that they're doing. And maybe, just maybe, we can get them to pull in a few others and we can have some more men doing the right thing.
I totally agree. A lot of times, guys, we think a father's love can be measured in how much dollars they give or how much gifts they give out to their children. But sometimes we have men who don't have the dollars and who don't have the gifts, but the love they pour from their hearts, it's worth much more than the monetary gifts. Some of them sit and they tell stories to their children. Some of them give advice. Like a father might just tell a son, let's go for a drive. And in those late night drives, the conversation that come up, the experiences that child have, simply because the child knows my father is in the room. My father is next to me. And we're talking about fathers in the form of biological fathers, but also in the capacity of stepfathers and grandfathers and uncles and, those fathers who play significant role in the lives of their children. Now, one of the things I want you to remember, because we're having this show, we're not saying dads are perfect. Just like moms. Moms are not perfect. Neither are dads. But if we're honest with ourselves, we know that every parent, mom, dad, whatever it is, we've had moments where we wish we could say, I wish I could redo this. I wish I could just rewind and start back again. So tonight is not about perfection. It's about honor, and it's about recognizing that fatherhood is one of the hardest jobs in the world. And we see a lot of men who are carrying that responsibility with courage every single day. So what we are doing today, we're opening our phone lines, we're opening our chat. We want to hear your stories. We want you, audience, start typing furiously because we're about to open the chats to you. And again, you can call us definitely when we tell you that line is open. You can call us. We want to hear your stories. We want you to tell us about a dad who changed your life. We want to hear the lessons that your dad taught you that you will never forget. We want you to talk about the man who taught you, first and foremost, what love looks like. And especially if we have dads, if we have men out there, we especially want to hear from you. We want to hear your stories. We want to hear your influences, your inspirations, your mistakes and how you correct them, and your trials and triumphs that you have had in tackling and doing so well this amazing opportunity, this amazing privilege that's called fatherhood. So before we continue, let's go to our audience. I don't see too many comments, but
We have a comment from Leona.
Okay, so go ahead. Let's read it. You remember how to pin it?
Leona says, I know for a fact, I wish my dad was still here with us. Shana says hello. And we have Rhonda who says good night, everyone. So
So
I'm
good night,
guessing
good night, good night.
everybody's just coming in.
Okay. And you know what? I didn't even get a chance to put the link on my status or in hashtag in the chat because I was going so crazy trying to get these things started. You know, we can only get the link after the show started. When he said I was so happy, I didn't even put a link on. So you can take it. I think we have a couple more comments, Vilna. Let me see if I can mute myself and find a way to get this link and put it in the chat because we want to hear the stories. Audience, while I'm doing this, I want you to tell me the stories about your fathers. What stories do you have? What other things that you hold so dear that you just have to share with us tonight? We want to celebrate your dad. Tell the stories for us. Let me put this in. Gills, take the mic from me. Take the mic from me. Take the mic from me, Gills. Take the mic from me.
While Yolanda tries to set up the while she tries to set up the link, we're still waiting and we're asking fathers, the men, you do not have to be a biological father. You could be a bonus father. You could be an uncle who serves in the role of father. We're asking you to come on to share your story, share your struggles. Let us know why you decided to be a good father, why you decided to be different, why you decided to be there for your child. Why did you decide that I am going to stand with my child? I'm going to support my child. I will not do the norm or what most people see as fathers straying, but you are going to stand up with your child, be that rock, be that support for your family. So come on, men, come on, fathers. Let's hear your stories, share your stories. Let us make the heavens sing hallelujah tonight for all the good that the men are doing. We need to hear you tonight. We're honoring you, we're giving you your glory. So let us hear your voices.
Okay, okay, okay. Oh my goodness. I wish I'm listening to you guys and to you, Bills, and I'm like, I wish I was a father. And it does feel so good just to hear those words come out and be said. It really, really feels so good. So, guys, again, let me tell you: if you know a man, call a man. If you're with a man, pull him next to the thing. Text the
Tamara,
man and tell
listen.
him, "Hey, listen to our hush talk tonight." And please, 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 like, send loves, put emojis, put it out there. Let us put our talk show on the map. There is something just beautiful about a father's love. Very, very beautiful. And when I think of the father, sometimes I think of my father. Because father's love has a lot to do with sacrifice. I remember growing up as a child, growing up in St. Lucia, there was always a hurricane somewhere. And when there is those hurricanes or tropical storms, they would warn people, do not leave the house, do not go on the sea, do not go anywhere. And my father would look at my mother and tell my mother, what? So when I stay in the house because of a hurricane, will my children understand there is a hurricane? That's why they're hungry? Absolutely not. I am going up to the farm so I can get food to bring for my children. My father would make any kind of sacrifice for his children. And when I think of the kind of father he was, I feel fortunate every day that I was blessed to have this kind of father in my life. Vils, I'm very sure you are Tamara. You have some stories that one or two stories that you can share with us about the kind of father that you had in your life.
Tamara, they've heard my voice, so you go first.
Oh, well. Well, if you met my father, you'd be like, how is that even Tamara's father? Because my father is the total opposite of me. I have a very calm, quiet. My father never raised his voice. My mother was the dominant. She was like a Yolanda in the house, right? And my yes, the fighter. My dad was always the nurturing one, and he was a teacher initially, and so my father spent most of my childhood memories with my dad was always sitting somewhere teaching me. I always wanted to learn more, and he always taught me. So I always wanted to top the class. I was always very competitive, and he's always been that nurturing figure, that very supportive figure. Even now that my mom has passed, I still have my dad, and he's my backer in his calm way. He's my backer. So I don't know how he's my. I think I may be a botin, coming to think about it, because I'm nothing like the man.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. But thankfully for you, we are celebrating stepfathers tonight as well. So celebrate your
We,
father in
we're
the
celebrating bonus
No,
fathers,
you're wrong for that.
yeah,
You're wrong for
voting
that.
fathers, all
hey,
fathers.
you started it. You started it. It's all about honesty tonight. So we are.
We- as long as you play in the role of a father, with voting father, kiss priest father, all fathers, we celebrating fathers. As long as you're doing your role and you're doing it right, and not just necessarily doing it right, you're trying and you're giving it your best, we recognize it.
Mm. So before I see our audiences going up, and I like it because it means you're really trying to give your father their flowers,
Yes.
whether they're in another realm or in this realm. But I'm going to tell you something about my father. My father was such a good father. I didn't know it at a time, and I wish if he was alive today for him to say sorry because he didn't say sorry, and I'm still mad. My father was so protective of his daughters. The minute he heard we were going to go out there and somebody may have any kind of access to us, you you never see those rodents once their hair sound like the edge just stick up as if what's going on. That's how he was. And I will never forget in Form 5, I had done so well. I had great CXC results, and I was looking forward to my prom. I had a long weave I bought from Casey's. Oh my goodness, my dress was expensive. And then we were getting dressed. My father looked he saw not one but two girls because Leona and I graduated together. And he said, Carly, where are we going?
Right.
So my mother is always the pacifier. She says, give them a chance. They graduate, they did well. Tonight is a prom, they have a ball. Let them go enjoy the ball. My father looked at us and he said, because it was too good out there for young boys to touch. He said, ball, pan and bat. And he did
But you can't
not
blame him.
our
You
prom.
can't blame him. He had many girls.
He had good intentions. But that scarred me. That scarred me for a very, very long time. But when I grew up, I realized that my father was not doing it out of malice. He was doing it to protect and to prevent the inevitable.
Shadow steering.
It happened anyway, but he wanted to protect us from it happening too soon. And that's the role of a father. Sometimes father's judge might look like it's unfair and
Right.
there's no rationale behind it, but that's just the capacity, the measure of a man's love.
My father was stern. He was a provider. He was a ladies' man.
Wow.
Yes, what, six of us with my mother and about 15, 17, 18 others out there. So he was a ladies' man, but he was stern. He wasn't the kind you that was always there, playing with you and stuff, but he protected and he
And
provided.
Mm-hmm.
We could not complain. We never lacked for anything. We were never without anything. I got everything, but I was a spoiled little brat. So I got everything I wanted, not needed. I got everything I wanted, but he was doing. If we had to go to a party, you had to ask a week in advance. If you
Mm-mm.
did not,
Well, at
you
least
could
you
not
asked
go
a week.
to
Good for you
you
all. We could actually
couldn't
say
go
that
to
doesn't mean not good.
anything
you know,
impromptu. Nothing impromptu. You had to give him notice. You had to ask in advance. You had to know the date. You had to know when you're coming back. I mean, it was rough sometimes. I was a little rebel. I broke some of the rules, but in the end, when you grow up and you have kids, you realize they mean well.
Mm-hmm.
It was just their way of protecting you.
of
And
protecting.
being a ladies' man himself, he knew what he was doing to people's children. So of course he don't want people doing it to his
To his
children.
children.
Right.
Exactly. It's always sins of the father, the guilt of the father. You know
Exactly.
what?
Ah,
I think now it's a great time for us to go see what stories those audiences are sharing because I saw some long paragraphs. That means we
Yeah.
have some good stuff. We have plot climax,
yes.
one Tamara, protagonist, antagonist,
Ah,
resolution. So let's go.
okay.
Read for us and read.
I
You're
think we
already
have. I think we have from Adela.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Adela right now, she's saying, I have great memories of my dad. The storytelling on the evenings was great, and the playing of Jack Stone on a Sunday afternoon.
Wait. That's if Tamara know what Jack
I
Stone
have
is.
no idea what Jack Stone is, so I'm like, Jack Stone. Is
He
that a
doesn't know
what
What's
what
is
Jack
that?
Stone is?
I'm telling you, Tamara don't
You
know what Jack Stone is.
so my
Oh
age is
my
Stone. I
God.
don't know what Jack Stone
Okay.
Oh
is.
my God.
So if she
No
doesn't know
shame.
what
No,
Jack Stone
no,
is,
no
so
shame.
if she doesn't know what Jack Stone is, much less if we had say patient.
Patient.
I oh my god. Are we
Tamara, do you
talking
know what
about fathers?
patient is?
Yes, I know. What's patient to fish? I don't know.
That thing you play with the stones with your
When you
hands
take the
and you
stone, you
catch.
put it in a like catch and
Tick it
my
off,
mom said,
tick it off,
how
tick
many
it
things
off.
that-
I'm from
yes,
Castries, tick
exactly.
it off,
Okay,
tick it
she's from
off,
Castries. Stick
tick
it
it
off.
off.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. I guess it's community dialect, community difference.
Yes.
Yes.
The other way of calling it, I can't remember it. But okay, let's go ahead. Good evening, Valerie. Let's go to Shanna T.
Shanna. Okay, so Shanna says, I have come to realize that our unbreakable sense of self is the direct legacy of our father's love.
Now, why are you yanking? Just read the thing. Why are you yanking?
I'm not yanking. Oh my days. Because he loved us so deeply and unconditionally, he instilled in us a core self-esteem that the world cannot easily shake. People are often in awe of the fierce confidence we possess, both in ourselves and each other. Clock it. That unwavering belief isn't an accident. It is the enduring result of how we were raised and loved by our father.
I'm taking it, guys, because that's my father. That's my father. And she's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Good
Adela
evening, good evening,
says-
good evening. There was somebody there. Oh, Cheryl. Good evening. Welcome, Sister Cheryl. Welcome, Joella. Joella say, ma'am. Joella, tell us more. What are you talking about? What is that? I already know you have soap, so I want the soaps. What is the ma'am? Hey, Claudiane. Hi, Claudie. I had to think of that one too. Kiss Priest. I was like, what is Kiss Priest?
You
And
know,
then I think about
Beaupre.
Kiss Priest,
I
yes.
got that one. Beaupre, Claudie. Beaupre.
You know, Adela said something which is good. I am so happy that my kids have an amazing father.
And I'm putting snaps there in the universe. Oh, yes. Amazing dad snaps. Yes.
Yes. And then Joella says to Vilna, Lord, Vilna, your dad wasn't easy. So somebody knows your dad very well. And she says, tonight, if I say a word, I would be arrested.
No, Sarah, tonight you have immunity here. This show brings immunity. You can say it.
Oh my days. Adela says, hey, just so Tamara. And she says, she's reading it in Shanna's voice. Stop it.
Adela,
Stop.
All right. Okay. All right. So this was beautiful. I love that the messages are already coming. We did have a segment, for the audience to say their thing. We're not going to open the phone now unless somebody has a dying desire and want to call me and I can put you on speaker. Just let me know, type it in the chat. And I'll be like, go ahead. But we're not going to open the phones just yet. What we want to do, we're going to take a first break. I want you to remember you're listening to HushTalk. Tonight, we're celebrating fathers everywhere. Stay with us as we continue honoring those men who love us, who sacrifice for us, and whose guidance helps shape generations. We will be right back. And when we come back, we are going to be bringing on a special guest for you tonight. When I come back, I will have more on this special guest. Okay? All right. So, bear with us.
Love how we party, love how we fet. Pour out the bounty, everything's set. Celebrate good friends and more. Let me see, tout moon, farewell. Love how we twin peaks rise to the top. Bounty, treasure, right non-stop. We love with spirit and we all have fun. Love that loose and rum.
Perfectly blended, smooth, the rum of the people. Experience the 6 flavors of Bounty Rum, the spirit of St. Lucia.
In this life I don't want no stress, yeah. I just wanna have fun. In this life I don't want no stress, yeah. I just wanna have fun. Every cent you spend, there's the ones who counting. That ain't making sense. They can't see when pressure mounting. Now my life is his, and your life is yours. I don't leave us a please. I know this I'm sure, but you don't have to like me. You don't have to like.
Get pain relief fast with Frances Rub.
When the days get tough, rub it. Having back pains, rub it. The dog not well, rub it. COVID on you, rub it. If you have 4AD, rub it. for proper circulation. Rub it. Stroke have you on a side? Rub it. For all problems in life, rub it with Frances Rub. Or call 713-4162 or 489-3421. Nothing beats a good old Frances Rub. Located in the Vendors Arcade, booth 27B.
And now in VA4 on Girodi Street next to the post office.
Okay, I don't know what was going on. Our system is still winky wonka. If you notice, it starts, it stops, it starts, it stops. Before we go into the second segment, I just really want to let you guys know that our show tonight is still being sponsored by Sunblaze. So I'm not sure if when I played the commercial, if you made note of that. But last week we spoke so much about Sunblaze, about the different packages they had, the VIP packages, including everything. Is going to be a good time on July 12th. So I think before I continue section 2, I kind of just want to play it again just to bring more attention to it. This is who is sponsoring our show tonight.
Really?
Yes.
And who's buying me the ticket? I want to go to Sunblaze. What are the packages?
Talk to your boss. Talk to your boss.
I just did.
No, I'm not the boss. I'm not the boss. I'm just the host. You need to talk to the boss who is the Watch Radio NYC.
Okay.
Yeah, talk to the boss. But I know on Sunday, July 12th, St. Lucia's going to be on fire. So as a matter of fact, I'm expecting you to send me the ticket so I could get that inclusive breakfast that there's so much hype all about. Okay? And I'll come join me, you, Vina. We'll talk a little bit at the breakfast. All right?
Okay, sounds like a plan.
Listen just for a little while again. This is who's sponsoring our show tonight.
In this life, I don't want no stress. Yeah, I just wanna have fun. In this life, I don't want no stress. Yeah, I just wanna have fun. Every cent you spend, there's the ones who counting. That ain't making sense. They can't see when pressure mounting. Now my life is his, and your life is yours. I don't leave us a please. I know this I'm sure, but you know I'm too like me. You don't have to like.
Yeah. So till you going?
Yeah, but I want the VIP package, yeah?
I agree. You know what? And I hope, Peter, you're watching this show. You need to give us a VIP. There's a package. What is it? I think there's what's it? I have the information. What was the information? 4 people for $1,500.
For 50, yeah.
What
that's the one I said. Discount.
Give me that US price. I think it sounds better in the US prices because that way Yolanda can say, "Oh, T, I got you. I got you. You got me. You got me."
Guys, on that note, let me go back to HushTalk. Let me go back to HushTalk because I have something way better than what Tamara is talking about. And you understand when you can hear it. Tonight's guest is very special to me. And I think you can tell by me what I'm saying. Very special. Tonight's guest is very special to me. In fact, he's more than special. He's someone very dear to my heart. And since we started HushTalk, we don't have crowds of people who are volunteering to come and sit in chairs, especially the men. If you ask men, they're going to be like, oh, no, I don't know. Men are they're very shy if they know all eyes are going to be on them for a specific purpose. So we don't have too many volunteers. But once I ask for his support, not just with HushTalk, with anything else, this man never hesitates. He has supported me wholeheartedly in everything I have attempted, every dream, every idea, every leap of faith. And honestly, I'm not even surprised that he volunteered because that's simply who he is. Today, he brings not only his voice, but his heart and his experience. And he's qualified to be here because he's a biological father to a beautiful daughter, our daughter, but he's also a bonus dad to my boys, who are our boys, whom he loves and he guides. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me to welcome my husband, Mr. Peter.
Hi, babe. Hi, babe. Hi, babe.
Good evening, everyone. I'm in the house.
Oh, yes, he's in the house. He's in the house, guys. Okay, so he's in the house, and I'm very happy he's in the house. But we're about to put him on the hot seat, we are really going to hear the experiences of fatherhood from the
Getting
mother
an
of
echo.
fatherhood. Because
Yeah, Yola, I think y'all are too close to each other, so there's an echo.
babe,
Yes,
can you close
getting
the
an
door?
echo.
Or maybe I'm talking too loud.
No, there's echoing from.
There's an
Okay.
echo from his
Babe,
studio.
can you mute your mic while I'm talking and then unmute it when I'm not talking?
That'll be a task.
You can do it, babe. Let's go, babe.
Okay, you see on the screen, you might see on your picture, you probably see a little.
Why am I expecting Leona to say
You
something?
know what? I think we can mute him, so I've just muted his mic.
Oh, okay. Look at that. But
Why
you
did
didn't
you go
listen.
off?
You moved
You
my
didn't
husband.
mute him. You
No,
took
I
it.
did not.
You took
You
it
moved
off
my
completely.
husband.
No, I did
See,
not.
You moved.
I did not.
Okay, unmute him to see if he's gonna come back.
He's not even muted anymore, but why he's not on stage?
Oh boy. Oh
His
boy.
camera is gone like black. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the camera went black.
Okay, can you remove yourself and then get back in again to the link? Okay, so while he does that, can you guys talk to the audience about what questions we're gonna be asking him? That way I can go and troubleshoot. Talk to the guests about what questions we're going to be asking Mr. Babe Peter tonight.
You have it, Phil?
I think so.
I think she wants to start asking him questions about, generally being a dad. He's proud. Oh, look, she's back. Why are you still there?
Because I realized that there's a little break, so I come back.
Well, what to do? You can probably call him. You can share the camera. He can sit really close to you for now. You can share the camera.
Maybe that was deliberate, so he could sit really.
Maybe that was actually
that's sabotage. You probably did that so babe can come next to you.
Yeah, babe, come next to me.
Yes.
For now.
Yes.
Until we can figure this out.
Keep your hands where I can see them, please. You're not out of control. You're not out of control.
You're national TV. Don't be naughty. That's an example for that's how you end up being a father in the first place.
I know. Yes, that's wonderful.
Oh my goodness. I think that looks so much better. Miss San
Yes, it does. It really does. Yes.
All right. So I guess we're going to put him on the hot seat. There are a few questions we're going to ask him. We're going to ask him what. Well, you know what? Let's just, instead of prefacing the questions, we're just going to ask him one at a time. So, babe, you get the mic. What is your greatest joy from being a dad? If you can think of all the experiences, what is your greatest joy?
I would say my greatest joy is seeing my kids implementing what I'm trying to instill in them. That's the greatest joy for me because I only want to see them better than me. And by watching them instilling the things that I'm trying to, implementing the stuff that I'm trying to instill in them, and they being successful, that is what really gives me all the joy that I need.
Things like what?
The way they act, the way they carry themselves, and how they could navigate the world in my absence.
Aww. That was a perfect answer. And Mr. Jerry.
How have you navigated one of fatherhood's greatest challenges?
It takes sitting, and one of my greatest challenges is trying to communicate with my kids for them to understand where I'm coming from. And that's my biggest challenge, because as we know, the present generation of kids we have now, it's difficult to get across to them. You tell them something, it will still just, it's almost like it goes into one ear, out through the other. And what I have done in order to navigate that challenge is to try and put them in the situation with my guidance.
Hold on, you mean you make them, you like, okay, That kind of thing that your mother will say, so back at you, if you don't hear, you will feel. So you give them the situation.
I
You
create
create
a
it.
You
situation.
create the situation and see
And
how
you
they
allow
will
them to
navigate it.
navigate.
Yes.
Navigate
See how
this.
they navigate it. Because the first thing that will happen is that they will come to you for help.
And then you're gonna say, I told you so.
I've already explained this to you before, so let's see how we will get through it.
We have a question from Yolanda. Do we want to go with that, or do you want to go tomorrow?
No.
Go with Yolanda? No.
I have a question. So we spoke about all the good things and all the advice. But what is the biggest mistake you think you have made as a father? And how did you rectify that?
I don't
Your
know.
Honor, let me just say my husband has never made any mistakes. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
I don't think I've looked at anything as a mistake, because if you did not know, it's not a mistake. I think the thing that I could have done better was spend more time.
Okay.
Spend more time with my kids to nurture them a little more. But then again, with society and what you have to deal with, and you still have to give them their free time to get to mature into the world. So even that in itself, so it takes away from the time. But I think it's more time with them would be what I would do different.
Well, we can correct that with the next baby. You know, the other one that you let is about to be. We can correct it. I mean, you'll both be retired by then, so you have enough time to spend.
We have a question from the audience.
Right,
Joella has
that's
a
one of
question.
the biggest mistakes he made. I think one of the biggest mistakes is that we didn't have a baby together. We gotta fix that, okay?
Yes.
You are the godmother.
Yes.
And when the child is special ed, do it for the education. Okay? All right.
Joella says, I need to ask him to speak directly to the fathers out there. Why do they allow some women to prevent them from having a relationship with their kids, especially when they found the man had kids before he met them?
Maybe you can take some time to think about that. I just want to tell Joella, find me wherever I am. Find me wherever I am. So I can give you a kiss on your cheek, so you could give me a kiss on my cheek, because you have some provocative comments put in that chat, and I love it. This was not even a question we thought of, but I like it because it's not saying, oh, you didn't do this, but at least since he has such great experiences, for him to be able to share his great experiences, great advice to the men out there who are lacking, maybe that may help those men come up. So thank you for that thoughtful question. Babe, go ahead.
Well, I would say do not let your ego get in the way of being with your kids or doing anything for your kids. Because that's the only thing I could see that could prevent you from doing something for your kids. Nobody could prevent you from doing anything. If you want to be there for your kids, you will find a way to do it.
Even if the woman is strong and bossy and say, no, you're not seeing my children.
It's okay. Again, there are avenues that you could go through, but again, most men will take it as a ego thing. Why should I go through a court case or something? Or how they call it? They have some men's, I forget the name for it, association where you could go to, and they will help you to get time to spend with that child. But again, most men look at it as, I'm a man. Why should I be going through that? So they let their ego, because they will feel small. But again, it's not for you. You're doing it for your kid, to get your kids to be better and to help them, because women cannot make boys be men. And
I like that. Could you say that again?
Women cannot make boys be men. Because of, again, women are very emotional. And men, when it comes to discipline, men will be the ones to be able to discipline a child.
Tough love.
That will come from a man.
So that other question I wanted to ask comes right in there. So you see how we talk about tough love? So would you give your daughter the same tough love that you'd give your son? Or do you have any experiences where you feel that consequences, nurturing, fathering is different from a father to a girl than a father to a boy?
Yes, I believe there are differences because, for one, physically, the girl is a little softer. Two, emotionally, the girl will break down a lot faster. So therefore, you have to weigh the balance as to how hard, how tough can I be on that little girl or little boy. So I do believe that there is a difference in how you nurture the two.
Mm. Any other questions for Mr. Peter?
Do you want to ask a question?
I had another question on my list that I was curious about, you know. Oh, I wanted to know who was your biggest inspiration in developing you in the father that you are today, and how?
I would say my dad, because he was just a man with his principles. He said that these are his principles and he go by them. And what I did also is that I looked at my surroundings a lot. And I saw how, from those who were with me or in my same age group, those who were before me, and how their fathers dealt with them, and how mine is dealing with me. And I saw the different outcomes. And I tried my best. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I tried my best to take the best aspects of all of that.
Nice. I remember you saying, Jerry, that back in the day you spent a lot of time in Nikud, right? And that Margaret. So did you see how he fathered his daughters?
Jerry, you don't know anything about Magari.
Jerry.
I only saw him in the streets. I did not see him.
Listen, what Jerry know about Magari is Magari raised a sacred good wife for him. Wow, thank you, Magari, because if it wasn't for you, I would not.
Okay. Big up, Magari. Big up.
Let me ask a question. What would you say to a man who refuses to help his child or to do something for his child because he's not with the mom? He doesn't have access to the mom, so if he doesn't have access to the mom, then the child is not getting anything.
Well, I think he's just being stupid.
Okay. I thought so too, but I wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah, because my thing is, if you and the mom are not together, she went away, you went across. If she moved ahead, you went across. The only thing between the two of you guys is the child. And this is your child, your blood. I don't see what you having anything with the mom have to do with your child. You just deal with your child, because at the end of the day, like I said from the get-go, when you could watch your child and you see you nurtured something in that child, and for that child to be successful and turn out to be very good in society, there is no better joy than that.
Okay. Nisa said, very strong statement, because you are so right, Mr. Peter. She said also, raising a boy alone, I need the need for a man figure in his life, especially now that he's a full-blown teenager. I guess you're speaking about your comments about raising the boys.
The boys and the girls.
Do we have any other thing from our audience?
Adela says, Jerry gets one of the Father of the Year awards.
Thank you, Adela.
No, he has a godchild at my home. He's yet to visit or give the child anything. So I'm
say the child name. The child's name is Sheila, and she's a stranger.
Sheila Henry. Joella also says something. She says, Nisa Mafre, I am raising a teenager myself, and she's a girl. It's not easy being single, but have faith.
Nice support, nice advice. Yes. You know, it's very nice to know when we have certain things, like even if we don't even know each other and we see we have those things in common, and our words and encouragement can give each other's hope and faith.
You can support
the very good thing. Because, you know, we have a lot of parents out there They have girls, they have boys, they have children who are being raised without one or another parent. And it's a hard thing for them. So when you have somebody in that child's life, whether it's biological or not, who can provide that kind of support, that guidance, create that path and make it easier, help them to understand life lessons. It is a beautiful, beautiful thing. So one of the things I can say to both Nisa and Joella, even if your children may not have like direct father impact in their life, if you can find like powerful men who can be mentors, it can be an uncle, a grandfather, a teacher, somebody in society who they might look up to, who for sure you can trust with your child. Use those individuals so that they can nurture your child in a way of fatherhood. And to the men out there, if you have single children, use the women in your village to nurture your children so that they can have some semblance of a mother figure. It's about time we start using our community.
Yeah, we have a response from Sherwin.
Yeah, sure, we did say something.
Oh, yay! Finally, you're down.
Sherwin says, yeah, man, give your child everything he or she needs.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I think
So, Electra says something.
She said, my dad spoilt me rotten. As Vilna said, I got everything I wanted. I enjoyed going to meet him when he couldn't make it back home from the rum shop. LOL. He would give me all the money he had left. If there were notes, I would give it to my mom. It was too much for me. I miss him so much.
Oh, happy Father's Day, Mr. Alice. I know Mr. Alice. He was a wonderful, wonderful man. So, guys, I think I really enjoyed this segment. I love how you guys interacted with our special guest. I know he's irresistible. Tamara, keep quiet. So thank you, babe, for being such an amazing guest. And thank you, audience, for engaging with him, asking the questions that you're asking, and making this show beautiful. We are going to take one other break, and when we come back, we're going to open it even more to the audience. But guess what? We have some other powerful men who sent words, who responded to my questions, and who sent voice notes. They want to talk to us. And I'm going to let you listen to their messages. It is so beautiful. I know this Sunday is going to be one of the most amazing Father's Day Sundays ever. So stay tuned. Come back with us. Invite somebody. Put some emojis. Put some like. We'll be back with you soon.
In this life I don't want no stress, yeah, I just wanna have fun. In this life I don't want no stress, yeah, I just wanna have fun. Every cent you spend, there's the ones who counting. That ain't making sense, they can't see when pressure mounting. Now my life is his, and your life is yours. I don't leave us a please, I know this I'm sure. But you don't have to like me, you don't have to like.
All right. We are back. I was there fighting to see how to take this off the screen, but it finally came off. I just want to before I open up our messages from the guys to the audience, I want to call out if there are any men in the chat who has a story to share, who wants to answer, as you were listening to our special guests respond to the questions, you may be thinking, oh, I would have added this if it was me, or, it whatever thought in it. If you have any thoughts, or you want to put it out there, put it in the chat, or call us, and then you can tell us what it is that you need to tell us. We have the questions. I can repeat again. What is the greatest joy, your greatest joy from being a dad? What is the biggest parenting mistake that you made, and how did you correct it? What is your proudest moment as a dad? What challenge tested you most as a father? What standards do you hold yourself to? And if you had a chance to do something over, what would you do differently? If there is anybody in our audience, any father who feels so moved to respond to one of those questions for us, please feel free to do so. We want to react to your stories. We want you to pull out the lessons and share with us. And we want to celebrate your wins as well as your vulnerability. I don't know where Tamara went to, but I guess she will be back with us soon. Do we have any comments from any guy in our?
We have two guys, I think. We have Trevon. We have Trevon. He says, "My dad, I love him." Showing Constable. Showing says, "I came on too late."
Showing you're not late at all. You're just in time because, as a matter of fact, this section
And we
is
have a comment
just
from Leona. She said, "Thank you, Showing."
beginning where men's voices are going to be heard. And we have you right here in our audience so we can hear it straight from you. But we have other men who have sent their input. So this section is all about men letting their voices be heard. So it's not too late. So if you don't want to talk, you can definitely, if you don't want to call in, you can definitely type a message in here and answer to one of those questions. I'm going to start by sharing some of the message that our fathers have shared with us tonight. I just want you to listen to, and they're answering the questions in any order. So they're all not responding to the same question. Somebody may talk about what is the biggest joy I experience as a father. Somebody spoke about who inspired them. Somebody spoke about challenges. But I want you to really give them a listening ear to what it is they're saying, because I listened to all of those messages and I was so moved. I'm like, wow, we have some amazing fathers out there. And that is why I want to celebrate. Let me know if you guys are not hearing my audio, but I'm about to start.
I think there's so many. But I could mention just a few. Just seeing them grow, seeing the different personalities that they have. My two kids, they're so different from each other, but so much alike in certain ways. Just seeing their own sense of humor, their own personality, how they behave and react to different situations. Just how the mind works. It's just so interesting. The other thing I love too is when I walk in the house, after a long day, my kids run to the door to greet me and to meet me, and just you see that smile on your face. It just says that I'm so happy to have you. It's the joy. I also love the fact that when I say to my kids how much I love them, and they respond back saying, "We love you too, Dad." There's just a sweetness in your heart, that no words can express that feeling for you, how you feel, and the warmth that's in your heart. And I particularly love watching my kids when they speak, the peacefulness, the joy in their face, the I'm so relaxed. I love to see that. And the other thing I really enjoy as well is just them, when you're around, how they feel so safe in that very safe space. And sometimes I walk with my daughter and something is wrong, and she runs to me and then they cling and holds onto my leg or my hand, and you can feel her squeezing it, and I'll touch her back and say, "I've got you, baby." And you can see that level of joy. Okay, thank you, Dad, for having me. That peace of mind that I'm comforted that my dad is there, and that it's fine no matter what's happened or what's going on. I'm safe because he's there to take care of me. So these are some of the things that really brings me joy. But there's so many, but it's just amazing being a dad. Just the feeling. I just have only 1 minute, so I'm gonna.
So just listening to him, I could just hear the joy in it. Like, he just kept talking about this one, and there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another one. And it really kind of like pulled you into that joy with him.
The joy that he feels, yes.
Because you don't hear men be that emotional when you're talking about, how amazing it is to be a dad.
Yes.
Before we go to the next one, I'm sure we have men in our audience who may reflect.
I think what happened is they think we stopped at 7. Because Showin just said, "Your sister told me it was over. Sorry." Well, I'm hooked on. And then the numbers dropped.
Oh, man. And you know what happened to all of our audience?
Yes, the numbers dropped. Yes.
Did I say we were going to be right back?
Yes, you did.
Oh, man. Well, you know what? Look, they're coming back on. They're coming back on.
Yes.
They're coming back on. Because it would be nice for you to kind of like hear what the audience is saying. I don't want to have all of those beautiful stories, and only
They're
a few.
coming. They're coming back on, so you can you can play
Okay,
another
that's
one.
beautiful. That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then we have Sherwin. Sherwin said, I raised my daughter from 8 months
Mhm.
old till, no, that's not why I was.
Yeah.
Sherwin
Yeah.
says, I raised my daughter from 8 months old till her mom took her when she was 14. Now she wanting to spend more time with me. That's beautiful. It means she remember the love that you gave to her, the love that you showered upon her. So that's great. That's great. Joella, thank you for staying with us. Thank you, thank you. Leona, the reason why we are on late tonight, we're actually
We
not
started late.
on late because we started late. There was some technical glitches with our system. Not just the internet was glitching, the system itself was glitching. And instead of starting at 6 o'clock, we were just troubleshooting and we didn't start until about almost 6:30. So that's why we stay until 7:30. But thank you very much. If you have friends, let them know to come back on because we're still here. So I want to just play another message from another father.
One of the most rewarding things about being or fatherhood really is knowing that my children love and adore me. There is no better feeling than coming home, opening the car door, and seeing the children waiting for me to arrive. We usually use Life 360 at home, so my kids track my location. When I get home, one is usually looking out the window while the other rushes to open the door and give me a hug. The other will stand patiently and just waiting for a turn to hug me. It's an incredible feeling because it lets you know that you're doing something right. Your children are happy to be around you and they are genuinely enjoying your company.
So oh wait, sorry, not finished.
It's also a good feeling when your children feel comfortable talking to you about anything. It shows that they trust you and they value your opinion. And this may sound odd to some people, but there's no better feeling than when my 11-year-old son decides that the best place to sit and eat his food is on my shoulders while I'm watching TV. So moments like that reminds me how special fatherhood truly is and how fortunate I am to have such a close bond with my children.
Isn't that a beautiful
Yeah.
share? That is like so beautiful.
Yes, it
I
is.
have a visual image of a child sitting on his father's neck, his plate of food, and eating while his father is watching the news. And I'm like, I cannot think of a better image that a child know. My dad is mine.
Yes, and it takes a really, really patient dad to actually allow you to sit there and eat while he's watching TV. And it's because it's not the most comfortable place, but y'all are connecting, and it's your way
Right.
of connecting. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it takes a, you can see that that's a dad with patience, a dad who wants to bond with his child, and then if that's how they can bond, then that's how they can bond.
Yeah. Let's hear from Joella before we take another share. She says, I migrated to the US with my daughter from 1 year, and she's now 15 years old. And I have done a great job raising her on my own as a single mom. Kudos to you, Joella. I work hard to provide for her. We never have to beg anyone for anything. And what you're going to realize, Joella, is that your daughter is going to grow up and she's going to become a strong, strong woman. And because she's going to remember that I never see my mother falter. And I see her struggle and we didn't have, but she was there for me. So I can say happy Father's Day to you because you did the job of both. So great job. And Electra echoes my sentiment. Let's hear from another dad.
Yes.
Girls are more challenging to raise from a father's perspective because you want to have the best of influence on her in determining kind of. As a father, your little girl gonna look to you for the kind of man you want to be with because she's having fun, she's laughing, taking her places. She wants the man in her life to be that guy, that father that she had all the fun with when she was young. So you hope that you don't have a bad influences, especially with women, because believe it or not, whether you want to or not, your parents are gonna influence who she picks. Of course, she's gonna pick the positives, but she's gonna be with a guy that's like you in the future. So you want to limit your wrongdoings, the way you treat women, etc., etc. For guys, you can just say, listen, don't do what boys, and all discipline and what they won't do, the mistakes you make. But guys, you generally know what's wrong from right, So I think girls is more challenging, especially if you come to your female stuff like period, the answers and questions about boys and girls, which you don't want to answer, but you have to answer because chance. So yeah, it's more challenging with girls.
I mean, I think I like the part where he spoke about, it's really hard. Like, can you imagine a father and you having a daughter and she comes to you and talk about getting her period?
Yeah, getting her period, yes.
That's a challenging one for men
Yes,
because
it is.
what am I going to tell my daughter?
Yes.
But some men are very comfortable with doing things that are considered motherly stuff to do, just like some mothers are comfortable doing fatherly stuff like Joella hair. I remember my brother learning to braid his daughter's hair because he married, his wife is white and his daughter had black hair, and it's not something, black hair is something that black people struggle to do, let alone white people struggling to do black hair. And he actually went on YouTube and he learned how to braid his daughter's hair. And I was like, oh my God, that is so cute. I was very, very impressed. Vils, we have a message from Joella. Can you continue reading what she said while I get the next one?
Okay, Joella says, if I have to do it all over again, I will in a heartbeat. She's an honor roll student and she's doing her college classes at the same time while she's in high school.
Nice. Congrats, Joella. Congrats. Where are we going? Which one? How many have we heard? Maybe this one?
That's you heard complete free.
No, that's not this one. That's me.
Inspiration in becoming both my parents. My mom inspired me through her incredible patience and with handle challenges with understanding and compassion. My dad inspired me through his honesty and integrity, especially in his business dealings, showing me that the importance of treating people fairly and keeping your word. Together, it taught me values that I strive to pass on to my own children.
Yes, can you, I don't know, does it feel for you how it feels for me? I don't think I have really heard men come out and talk so passionately about that topic. I think this is just beautiful. To have men come out and express themselves like that, it's beautiful. Let's hear another one.
The answer is for question 5. My proudest dad moment. I would say my proudest dad moment was when my daughter graduated high school with honors. Through the entire 4 years of her being in high school, she always maintained a high GPA, 90 plus. She did things in high school that I didn't do. So she did much better than me in high school. So that right there was a real proud moment for me. As a father or any parent, father or mother, you always want your kids to do better than you and achieve more than you have. So that was a very proud moment for me.
My greatest joy I get from being a dad is to see my children play with each other, even sometimes looking at the arguing. The biggest mistake I've made, probably not having a football team worth of children, and I'm still in the process of rectifying that. Navigating the challenges of parenthood, it's just part of life, what you've done with one child may not work with another, and you learn because you and
sorry, my phone knocked on me. I'm sorry.
These children, you are maturing. So you may be in one job with different experience. You may be at one financial stage in your life. And as things evolve, you have to adjust and try to guide your children to adjust to their realities. The principle I hold most dear to me is making sure you're there and you take care of your children, never abandon them.
And I think we have one more.
Well, one of the hardest parts of fatherhood is that every stage asks you to become a different man. What worked when your child, like let's say, was about 4, won't work when they're 14 or 24. I don't think the challenge is just raising your kids, it's continuing to grow yourself. There are a few ways I navigate my challenges of being a dad. One, I stay patient when I'm exhausted. As I normally have days when I'm stressed from work or overwhelmed. Instead of me trying to be patient, I try to pause before reacting. Repair quickly if you lose your temper. Say things like, I'm sorry, or I shouldn't have spoken to you like that. Someone once said to me, consistency matters more than perfection. I have often noticed that children doesn't need a perfect father. They need one who comes back after a mistake. Number two is letting go as they grow. As your kids become teenagers and adults, they'll make choices you wouldn't. Your role gradually shifts from protector to coach, and sometimes even advisor. The more they feel respected, the more likely they are to come to you voluntarily. Another way is balancing discipline and relationship. Discipline should answer the question, or in fact, discipline should not. And in fact, let me say that again. Discipline should answer the question. It's how do you teach them, not how do you make them suffer. Children learn best when consequences are fair, when consequences are predictable, and it is delivered calmly. Another one I do is being emotionally available. As we men were taught to provide financially, but not emotionally. So basically, that's one of the most important ones because men were always seen as financial providers, but not emotional providers for the kids. But kids benefit from hearing things like, I'm proud of you, I love you, I'm listening. A conversation like this will often be remembered for years to come. And finally, the last one I would say is accepting you won't get everything right. Every father have moments they wish they could do over. The process isn't, did I fail or did I never fail? It's when I fail, did I take responsibility and keep showing up? Children remember efforts, honesty, and love more than flawless parenting. A simple example is when you're unsure what to do, ask yourself, is this loving? Is this teaching? Will this help my child in 10 years? Not just today? Am I reaching from fear or responding with love or wisdom? If you can answer this question honestly, you usually moving in the right direction. A perspective worth keeping, and I'll leave that with you just to end up. One perspective worth keeping. One day, your children probably won't remember every toy you bought or every rule you enforced. They'll remember how they felt around you. Did they feel safe? Did they feel seen? Did they know they could come to you when life got hard? And if the answer to any of these questions are yes, then you're succeeding at one of fatherhood's greatest responsibilities. So that's my contribution to you guys tonight. Thank you.
There were a lot of things in that last one that that I was like,
a lot of it was just parenting 101. A
yeah.
lot of it was stuff that you could use whether you're a father, a mother. It was just, it was like a rude awakening. It was stuff that you knew, and then you're just hearing it repeated. So maybe some things that maybe we do as mothers as well, and it makes it more real because a lot of the times, like he said, fathers speak about the harder, harsher things, but he was touching on the emotional stuff that fathers run away from. He was talking about being there emotionally for his children and not just as
A financial provider.
the financial
I
provider.
think I like
I
what he
think
said
that's
about,
what made it so real.
you know, when he said men are not taught to be emotional, and it is so true.
Right.
And you know that the cycle continues because you know say, oh stop that, wait, man,
Yeah.
so we
Or
teach them that it's just to be removed.
or
So
they
when
tell
they
you,
have their
don't act like a
children,
girl.
yeah. When
Yeah,
I
don't
have
act
my
like a
children, I
girl.
don't know how to be emotional because I have to make sure I act in a way society expects. So sometimes a lot of the fathers who are reaching short of the expectations out there are not because of things that they don't want to do, but because of their fear that if they act some way, society is going to see them as lacking. So again,
Yes.
we have to come back at a certain side. What have we done to those fathers out there, to those men out there that have ripped those kind of fathers, that have grown into those kind of fathers. So it was really, really good. I think I did have one more father, and I don't want to leave him out because he will say, "Oh, I gave my kid, you didn't
Joella is asking to play the last one again.
You know, Joanna, I can actually I if we have more time, maybe. I doubt we will because it's 7:28. But I can
Yes.
forward it to you for or just put it up there. The good thing is it's going to be on the show, and this show is going to live on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else
Right.
for people who see it to hear it again.
Yes, to
That's a
heritage.
good thing. But let me play one more from another father.
Just joy of being a father is when I walk into that door and then my kids run to me. That makes my day. Inspired me to become a father was my own father because he was never there for me, and that made me feel that when I have my kids, I gotta be there for them. So it was him in a positive way.
So there are two things I like in that message. Number one, where he said his greatest joy is seeing his kids run to him. You will notice a lot of fathers.
That was their greatest joy.
Their
That was
greatest
the key thing,
joy
is
is
coming
running.
home and being welcomed by their kids.
Yes. Girls like that too. That's
Yeah,
why a lot of men pick up girls. They go to their children and say, "Oh, that's a great father. Oh, look, he's attractive."
They
A
acknowledge
great
it.
father is an attractive man. Period.
Yes.
So that is very, very good. The second thing is that I want to touch on before we end tonight. He said his father inspired him to be a good dad. A lot of things to think of. Who did we follow? Who did we model? Who modeled for us? You know. But in this instance, he's saying his father was such a horrible father. He wasn't there for him.
Right.
And instead of him becoming bitter and say, "Hey, my father didn't take care of me. I don't have to take care of my children," he used that to say, "I am going to be a better man when I have my children than you were with me when I was, when I needed you as a father." So that is very, very beautiful. So the messages here were very, very powerful. Guys, I want to leave a final reflection with you tonight. I want to remind you that from all of the stories you hear our fathers share with us, they were not talking about how they were perfect fathers. All of them talk about being present into their children's life, into being available, into being honest, into being loving, into being emotional, into being there. Okay? So I want you to understand, especially if we have fathers listening, I want to speak directly to you. Your sacrifices that you're making for your children and for your homes, they're not going unnoticed. No matter how long you feel like the fathers before you have been ignored and they've not been getting recognition, we are seeing you now. We want to recognize you now. And we want it to become a pattern of recognition on HushTalk because we want our men to know that they matter to our families. Okay? Understand that your children need you. They need patience. They need love. They need talks. They need the hugs. They need the reassurance. They need the life lessons. They need the financial. They need everything from you. Okay? So how you raise your kids today are going to determine how they raise their children tomorrow. So do whatever you can to be the best father that you are to them. Leave your legacy. Leave your impact. And we are going to see it. We're going to appreciate it. Any last words you have for our audience, Bills?
What I can say is, fathers, remember, just as the kids need the financial backing and they need your moral support, they need your love, they need you to be there for them emotionally, they need your presence, they need you to be consistent. They do not need you to be perfect. They need you to be there. That is the most important thing. Be there, be supportive, be present.
So to every father, every stepfather, every grandfather, every bonus father, every adoptive father, every mentor, every coach, every uncle, every father figure, whoever stepped into a child's life when that child needed you, which is like always, we want to thank you. Just know that the world is a better place because of you. So we might see some of you again before the weekend, and some of you might not see. So you want to take this opportunity to wish you Happy Father's Day. A father is calling me. I'm not sure what the father is calling me for. Are you calling for a contribution, Father? Oh, unfortunately, I didn't see it. You want to tell us now? Because we're about to end our show. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm going to look at it and I'm going to play it. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so guys, as I get that note, because I have a father telling me, he sent me a message that he wants you to hear. I just want to remind you, well, not remind because I haven't said it before. I want to inform you that we've spoken about mothers, we've spoken about parenting, we've spoken about social media, we've spoken about everything, and now we're talking about fathers. Next week, to end June, remember, it's going to be our wind down Wednesdays. Every last Wednesday of the month, we're winding it down. And next Wednesday, we are going to be talking about the lies our parents told us. Not to judge them, not to be mad, but to laugh and understand what the message was behind the lies, and to drink wine and get drunk. So next Wednesday night, we're going to be drunk. Come with your bottle of wine, any kind of wine, white wine, red wine, dry wine, sweet wine, Malbec, help me, Vills, with some kind of wine. I don't know. All kinds of wine. Bring your
Okay,
wine.
semi-sweet, whatever.
Bring your wine, and we're going to drink that wine next Wednesday. So before I end, let me just play the final message we have for the night.
Hey, Yolanda. I think question number one is basically an umbrella of just being a dad. So I think that question is the easiest for me to answer. It basically covers everything. I think the beauty of being a dad is to enjoy the relationship with every one of my kids. I have 5 of them. They are a blended family. Not everyone has the same mother, and not everyone has the same father. However, they come together beautifully like a bouquet of flowers with just different colors. The roses, everything is in there. And that's what makes it so beautiful. And also that there is a joy of watching each of them chase their dreams, or helping them chase that dream, or whatever you installed in them, to see them manifest it in their ways, or by listening, or even if you have difficulties with some of them, but you could see you in them, and also things that you were not able to accomplish, the disciplines, the the accolades, or anything you may have not been able to get, or you try, or it wasn't available for you to achieve your goals, or whatever. You actually can give them that opportunity, help them follow their own path, and just be there for them, supporting them, and just watching them grow in love in what you've created, knowing that they've taken a piece of you, that piece is making them who they are, and them becoming their own. And all you have to do is support them and trying to find what suits them, not make them what you want them to be, but making them what they want to be, and just helping them grow. And just I think that's a very beautiful thing to experience, and just having that love you feel, and it's very gratifying to know that this is someone you love, you care about, and you helping them be the best that they can be. I think that is part of being a dad for me, that I love, and every dad I think loves that. I know it's also late. I'm very late to that.
Yeah, so I guess you were just apologizing for the lateness.
Yes.
You know what I love about these voice notes? As he's talking, the happy voices of children in the background. I was not sure if you were able to do that,
Yes.
but I definitely added something to the video.
Yes.
So, guys, I want you to thank you once again, because I know we went so far beyond our regular, and you stayed with us, you contributed, you obliged us. So I am so thankful to you. I want you to keep talking, keep healing, keep loving. This has been HushTalk. And thank you for all the fathers who contributed here. Thank you, babe. Thank you for those fathers who listen, those who show up, and most importantly, those fathers who actually father their children. So we will see you next time. And as always, this is HushTalk, where we speak the quiet words out loud.
Loud. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, all the fathers in the universe. Thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good night.
Good night.